Hey guys, good afternoon. Welcome to the CSO Pro. Again, my name is Carson Cook, your CSO Pro. And today we're gonna talk about a pretty broad topic. You're gonna say it's not worthy of a full video, guys, but it's extremely important to understand. Even if you're new getting into sales or you're an old dog, you've been in sales for a super long time, and we might have lost sight of this. But guys, perfecting your craft, right? What is your goal in sales? So we're gonna talk today about what should our goal in sales be. Now you're gonna say, Carson, well, that's pretty simple. It's pretty stupid. You know, my goal in sales is to make as much money as possible. My goal in sales is to help my customer. My goal in sales is to love my career. Guys, we all have different goals, but when we talk about what your goal should be in sales, what should your achievement be? It should always be that you wanna be the top performer. You wanna be the number one. We're gonna talk about 3 different things that you should look at, should focus on as your goal in sales. These 3 things should be your goal. The first one is that you should learn how to sell fast. Now, a lot of people are gonna say, Carson, well, my industry, if I sell too fast, I'll lose the deal. Now, when I mean fast, I mean you need to perfect your craft. You need to be extremely efficient, right? And the first time you try something, you're gonna be terrible at it. You're gonna fail, you're gonna learn, okay? And what's gonna happen is doing this back and forth, you're gonna actually improve the speed at which you are clear, concise, and efficient. And you wanna find that perfect moment. Now, being too fast is not the goal here. You wanna learn how to sell fast. That should be your first thing. The second thing that you wanna learn how to do is you wanna learn how to sell for volume. Now, if you work on salary plus commission, or you work on full commission, or you just work on salary, but your job is to sell and meet quota, okay, meeting quota in sales, guys, is selling for volume. You wanna sell as fast and as many deals as physically possible if you're a sales rep. If you're a sales manager, you want your team to sell as fast and efficient as quickly as possible with the highest numbers. And your team, that's your goal, right? If you're a CEO and you have a sales organization, you want your sales organization to sell as many deals as fast as possible, right? So as a sales professional, it starts from the very, very, very beginning that you wanna sell fast. Number 2, you wanna sell for volume. That means you wanna sell as many deals as you physically can in that given month, in that given day, in that given week, right? And then the third thing that you need to focus on, guys, which should be your goal in sales, is that you need to shrink your pipeline process. You say, well, Carson, I don't want to shrink my pipeline. That's not what I'm saying. You want as many people in your pipeline as possible. The pipeline is from the first point of contact, the signing of the deal, right? Or the completion of the process, and then you toss it over to customer service and customer care. That's what your organization has that for, right? This is your pipeline. How many people do I have in my pipeline? Well, if you look at your averages and your ratios and you run some metrics, and your average is 6 months for closing, and you start talking with someone and then you close, that's your average is 6 months. Your goal needs to be to shrink that timeline, to shrink that process to 4 months. Because those that are at the top percentage of your industry, okay, if you're not one of the top performers and you're doing it at 6 months, they're probably doing it in 1 month or they're doing it in 2 months. Therefore, they'll close, 60% more deals than you will. Right? So if same process, if you have 10 deals out for the month, you have 10 cars out for the month, there's probably people that are doing 40, 50, and 60. Now, why do they do that? Because they shrink their timeline process. They don't wait for the opportunity to close a deal. They sell fast and they sell for volume because that's their job. They're the infantry of the military, right? They're in there to shoot the gun and not ask questions, right? To run the mission. Right? So in sales, it should be your goal to do the same thing. If you're worried too much about the mission and what you're there for, and you should probably go into politics or be a commander as opposed to infantry. Well, we're sales infantry, people on the ground. So we need to shrink our pipeline process. If you're on the phone and you're grinding and you're selling out deals, you need to become more efficient. So your goal in sales needs to be those 3 things: sell fast, sell for volume, and shrink your process. Now, how do you shrink your process? Carson, how do I shrink my process? You watch the CSO Pro. You watch all the videos. You learn, you take notes, you study books. You become an effective communicator, and you learn to shrink your process down to be the same, to be just as effective as the long process, but you get more deals faster and you get them in sooner. All right, that's how you shrink your pipeline process, and that should be your goal in sales. Rock and roll, guys. Thanks for tuning in to the CSO Pro. And I'll talk to you soon. Hey guys, this is Carson Cook, back at you again with the CSO Pro. Just wanted to put everything out there, guys. Thanks a lot for tuning into all the videos here on YouTube. I just wanted to point out to you guys real quick, just once again, This book will be going on sale May 1st this year, 2019. So coming up here pretty shortly, guys. And this is the No Shit Sales Journal, a confident, common sense, and practical guide to sales. Basically your Cliff Note version, okay, that can get you up to speed, guys, and give you a very solid foundation on how to sell. Now this book, guys, is not just for sales professionals. This book you need to buy and read. It will help your life with your family, your kids, pretty much anyone that you would like to communicate with and become better at communication. Okay, so make sure you go to Amazon, guys, and put in your pre-order right now. We'll include a link below. But this book, guys, is going to be going on sale May 1st. It's also, guys, been featured on the Sales Babble with Pat Helmers. You can tune in to find out a little bit more about the book at salesbabble.com. Very, very, very good podcast. Pat Helmers, guys, is a very standing guy within sales. Very, very, very solid reputation. Amazing podcast with some of the best techniques, communication techniques, tips and tricks for sales. So go to the salesbabble.com. I'll put that link in the description below. But guys, please make sure to pick up your copy on Amazon today. Get one right now. Thanks, guys.